What is the greatest bicycle kick ever scored? Alejandro Garnacho's stunning goal against Everton re-sparked the debate and is already being called one of the best goals in Premier League history. There is no sight in football quite like seeing an overhead kick bulge in the back of the net. It takes a certain type of audacity for a player to even attempt a shot like that. But the goal itself is only part of the story. When we looked to judge the best bicycle kicks of all time, we decided to set some criteria, namely the technical skill of the strike, how difficult it was getting to that position, how much work the scorer himself has to do, the connection made with the ball, how far out the goal scorer was, and how important the goal was, with technique ultimately the most important factor. Garnacho's goal has already been compared to Wayne Rooney's iconic strike against Manchester City in 2013. But Rooney's effort doesn't actually make our top 5. We said at the start that technique was being prioritised above all else, and the fact is, Rooney shinned that one. So if Rooney didn't make the top 5, then who did? Well, at number 5, we're going for Rivaldo for Barcelona against Valencia in 2001. On the final day, Barca had to beat Valencia to secure a place in the Champions League, and Rivaldo seemed to be on a one-man mission to make that happen. He scored 2 outrageous long-range efforts in the first half, but the score was still 2-2. However, Rivaldo had one last trick up his sleeve. Frank de Boer lofted the ball to the forward, who was standing on the edge of the Valencia box, and he chested the ball up into the air with his back to goal before smacking a powerful bicycle kick into the bottom corner. 4th place is where we've placed Garnacho. The Argentinian went a long way to silencing the home fans with his truly remarkable overhead kick as he doubled back to meet Diogo Dalot's fizzed cross and met it perfectly to send it flying into the top corner of Jordan Pickford's goal. We think it's the best overhead kick that the Premier League has ever seen. In 3rd place, it's Zlatan Ibrahimovic against England in 2012. Zlatan had already bagged a hat-trick by the time he capped off an imperious performance with a truly fantastic goal. A long ball pumped down the pitch had brought goalkeeper Joe Hart out to try and clear, but being outside of his area, he could only win a weak header, which nevertheless went over Ibrahimovic. However, that posed no problems for the forward, who readjusted his body and struck an overhead kick from all of 25 yards out. It might have been higher if it hadn't come in a friendly. In 2nd place is Cristiano Ronaldo for his overhead kick for Real Madrid against Juventus in the 2018 Champions League quarter-final. Dani Carvajal received the ball outside the area on the right-hand side of the pitch and drove for the byline before he was ambushed by Alexandro and was forced to hoist in a tepid cross. Ronaldo immediately reached the spot where the ball was going to drop, and before the Juventus defenders could even react, he flung himself into the air and met the ball with a perfectly executed bicycle kick. True genius. And for number 1, well, it's the same team and the same season as Cristiano Ronaldo's strike, but this time Gareth Bale against Liverpool in the Champions League final. The significance of this game just sees it edge out Ronaldo's. The score was locked at 1-1 between Real Madrid and Liverpool with just under half an hour left to play when Marcelo delivered a hopeful cross in from the left. The ball sent in was behind Bale, who instinctively thrust his body into the air so he could meet it with a spectacular bicycle kick that flew past a helpless Loris Karius into the back of the goal.